Hello, good morning. Today we are going to discuss the part of architecture, which is so important, and it is called sustainable architecture. So please subscribe my channel before going to watch this video. These topic to discuss on this video about sustainable architecture. First, introduction to sustainable architecture. Second, key principles of sustainable architecture. Third, goals of sustainable architecture. Fourth, case studies and example of sustainable architecture. Fifth, conclusion to the whole video. What is sustainable architecture? Sustainable architecture, also known as green or eco-friendly architecture, is an approach to architectural design and construction that prioritizes environmental responsibility, resource efficiency, and occupant well-being. It seeks to minimize the negative impact of buildings on the environment while creating healthy, comfortable, and functional spaces for occupants. At its core, sustainable architecture aims to balance the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. It incorporates principles of ecological design, energy efficiency, waste reduction, and renewable energy utilization to create buildings that are environmentally responsible and socially equitable. Key elements of sustainable architecture include energy efficiency, designing buildings to minimize energy consumption through passive design strategies, efficient building systems, and renewable energy technologies. Resource conservation, using sustainable materials, reducing waste during construction, and incorporating principles of reuse, recycling, and life cycle assessment. Water management, implementing water-saving technologies such as rainwater harvesting and gray water recycling to minimize water consumption and preserve natural resources. Site planning, considering the site context, biodiversity, and ecosystem services when designing buildings and landscapes to minimize environmental impact and enhance ecological resilience. Indoor environmental quality, creating healthy indoor environments with good air quality, natural daylighting, thermal comfort, and ergonomic design features to promote occupant health and well-being. Adaptability and resilience, designing buildings to adapt to changing environmental conditions, such as climate change and natural disasters, to ensure long-term durability and resilience. Sustainable architecture recognizes the interconnectedness of the built environment with the natural world and seeks to create harmonious and regenerative relationships between buildings, ecosystems, and communities. By embracing sustainable design principles and practices, architects and designers can contribute to creating a more sustainable and resilient built environment for present and future generations. What is the importance of sustainable architecture? Sustainable architecture holds immense significance in addressing pressing environmental, social, and economic challenges. Here are key reasons why it's crucial. First, environmental impact reduction. Sustainable architecture plays a pivotal role in mitigating the environmental impact of buildings. By incorporating energy-efficient design, renewable energy sources, and sustainable materials, it helps reduce carbon emissions, minimize resource depletion, and preserve natural habitats. Second, climate change mitigation. With climate change posing a significant threat, sustainable architecture offers solutions to mitigate its effects. By designing buildings that are energy efficient, resilient to extreme weather events, and capable of reducing greenhouse gas emissions, it contributes to global efforts to combat climate change. Third, resource conservation. Sustainable architecture promotes the efficient use of resources such as water, energy, and materials. Through strategies like water recycling, passive solar design, and use of recycled materials, it minimizes resource consumption, reduces waste generation, and conserves natural resources for future generations. Fourth, health and well-being promotion. Buildings designed with sustainability in mind prioritize occupant health and well-being. Features such as improved indoor air quality, natural daylighting, and access to green spaces enhance occupants' physical and mental health, productivity, and overall quality of life. Fifth, social equity and inclusivity. Sustainable architecture fosters social equity by ensuring access to safe, healthy, and affordable housing for all members of society. By addressing issues of accessibility, affordability, and social inclusion, it contributes to creating more equitable and resilient communities. Sixth, economic benefits. Investing in sustainable architecture offers long-term economic benefits. Energy-efficient buildings have lower operational costs, reduced utility bills, and increased asset value. Additionally, sustainable design practices can stimulate innovation, create jobs, and drive economic growth in the green building sector. Seventh, leadership and innovation. Sustainable architecture serves as a catalyst for innovation and leadership in the design and construction industry. By pushing the boundaries of sustainability through research, experimentation, and technological advancements, it inspires creativity, drives market transformation, and sets new standards for environmental performance. In summary, sustainable architecture is of paramount importance in addressing the complex challenges of our time. By embracing sustainability principles and practices, architects, designers, and policymakers can contribute to creating a built environment that is environmentally responsible, socially equitable, and economically viable for current and future generations.
What roles should architects and designers follow for sustainable architecture? Architects and designers play a pivotal role in advancing sustainable architecture and shaping the built environment. Here's how they contribute. 1. Visionary leadership. Architects and designers are visionaries who conceive innovative solutions to complex challenges. They have the ability to envision sustainable buildings and communities that prioritize environmental stewardship, social equity, and human well-being. 2. Design integration. Architects integrate sustainability principles into the design process, considering factors such as site orientation, passive design strategies, energy-efficient systems, and sustainable materials. They balance aesthetic considerations with environmental performance to create buildings that are both visually appealing and environmentally responsible. 3. Systems thinking. Designers adopt a holistic approach to sustainable architecture, considering the interconnectedness of systems within buildings, landscapes, and communities. They optimize building performance by integrating passive and active design strategies, renewable energy technologies, and green infrastructure solutions. 4. Innovation and research. Architects and designers drive innovation in sustainable architecture through research, experimentation, and technological advancements. They explore new materials, construction techniques, and design methodologies to push the boundaries of sustainability and create buildings that are more resilient, efficient, and adaptable. 5. Collaborative engagement. Architects collaborate with clients, engineers, consultants, and stakeholders to develop sustainable design solutions that meet the needs and aspirations of diverse user groups. They engage in interdisciplinary teamwork, facilitate participatory design processes, and communicate effectively to ensure project success. 6. Advocacy and education. Architects advocate for sustainable architecture by promoting awareness, education, and advocacy within the profession and the broader community. They serve as ambassadors for sustainability, sharing knowledge, best practices, and case studies to inspire others to embrace sustainable design principles and practices. 7. Policy influence. Architects influence policy and regulation by advocating for sustainable building codes, standards, and incentives that support green building practices. They collaborate with policymakers, industry organizations, and advocacy groups to shape the regulatory framework and promote the adoption of sustainable design principles at local, regional, and national levels. In summary, architects and designers are instrumental in advancing sustainable architecture through visionary leadership, design integration, systems thinking, innovation, collaborative engagement, advocacy, education, and policy influence. Their collective efforts are essential for creating a built environment that is environmentally responsible, socially equitable, and economically viable for present and future generations. Call to action. As we navigate the challenges of a rapidly changing world, it's imperative that we take action to promote sustainable architecture and shape a more resilient and equitable built environment. Here's how you can get involved. 1. Educate yourself. Take the initiative to educate yourself about sustainable architecture and its principles. Dive into books, articles, and online resources to deepen your understanding of sustainable design practices and their impact on the environment and society. 2. Advocate for change. Use your voice to advocate for policies and initiatives that support sustainable architecture. Engage with policymakers, community leaders, and industry stakeholders to promote the adoption of green building standards, incentives for renewable energy, and sustainable development practices. 3. Support sustainable projects. Show your support for sustainable architecture by championing projects that prioritize environmental responsibility, social equity, and human well-being. Whether it's advocating for sustainable building designs in your community or supporting green building certifications, every action counts towards positive change. 4. Embrace sustainable practices. Make sustainability a priority in your own life and work. Consider how you can integrate sustainable practices into your daily routines, lifestyle choices, and professional endeavors. Whether it's reducing energy consumption, minimizing waste, or supporting eco-friendly products and services, strive to lead by example. 5. Engage with the community. Get involved with the sustainability community by joining organizations, attending events, and participating in discussions about sustainable architecture and urban planning. Connect with like-minded individuals, share ideas, and collaborate on projects that promote sustainability and resilience. 6. Promote awareness. Raise awareness about the importance of sustainable architecture and its benefits for the environment and society. Use your platform to share information, stories, and examples of sustainable design projects that inspire and educate others about the potential of sustainable architecture to create positive change. 7. Inspire others. Inspire others to join the movement towards sustainable architecture by sharing your passion, knowledge, and experiences. Be an advocate for sustainability in your personal and professional networks, and encourage others to take action in their own lives and communities. Together, we have the power to shape a built environment that is environmentally responsible, socially equitable, and resilient to the challenges of the future. By taking action today, we can create a brighter tomorrow for ourselves and generations to come. Join us in promoting sustainable architecture and building a better world for all.
Key principles of sustainable architecture. 1. Energy efficiency. Prioritizing energy-efficient design strategies to minimize energy consumption and maximize performance. This includes optimizing building orientation, utilizing passive solar design, integrating energy-efficient lighting and HVAC systems, and incorporating renewable energy sources such as solar panels and wind turbines. 2. Resource efficiency. Promoting the efficient use of resources throughout the building lifecycle, from construction to operation and maintenance. This involves selecting sustainable materials with low environmental impact, minimizing waste generation, recycling and reusing materials where possible, and adopting strategies for efficient construction practices. 3. Water efficiency. Implementing measures to conserve and manage water resources effectively. This includes installing water-saving fixtures and appliances, incorporating rainwater harvesting and greywater recycling systems, utilizing drought-resistant landscaping, and designing efficient irrigation systems to minimize water consumption both indoors and outdoors. 4. Site planning and urban design. Considering the broader context of site planning and urban design to minimize environmental impact and enhance community resilience. This involves designing walkable neighborhoods with access to public transit, preserving natural habitats and green spaces, promoting mixed land uses to reduce reliance on automobiles, and mitigating urban heat island effects through strategic landscaping and site design. 5. Indoor environmental quality. Creating healthy and comfortable indoor environments that prioritize occupant well-being and productivity. This includes optimizing indoor air quality through proper ventilation and filtration systems, maximizing access to natural daylighting to reduce reliance on artificial lighting, controlling indoor temperature and humidity levels, and minimizing exposure to indoor pollutants and allergens. 6. Life cycle assessment. Conducting comprehensive life cycle assessments to evaluate the environmental impact of buildings from cradle to grave. This involves analyzing the environmental impacts of material selection, construction methods, energy consumption, water usage, and waste generation throughout the building's life cycle to identify opportunities for improvement and minimize overall environmental footprint. By adhering to these key principles of sustainable architecture, architects and designers can create buildings and communities that are environmentally responsible, socially equitable, and economically viable for present and
Goals of sustainable architecture. 1. Reduce environmental impact. The primary goal of sustainable architecture is to minimize the environmental impact of buildings and construction activities. This includes reducing carbon emissions, conserving natural resources, minimizing waste generation, and protecting ecosystems and biodiversity. 2. Enhance resilience and adaptability. Sustainable architecture aims to enhance the resilience and adaptability of buildings and communities to a changing climate and environmental conditions. This involves designing buildings that can withstand extreme weather events, natural disasters, and other environmental hazards, as well as incorporating adaptive design strategies to accommodate future changes. 3. Promote health and well-being. Sustainable architecture prioritizes the health and well-being of building occupants by creating indoor environments that support physical, mental, and emotional wellness. This includes optimizing indoor air quality, maximizing access to natural daylighting, providing thermal comfort, and minimizing exposure to pollutants and toxins. 4. Foster equity and social responsibility. Sustainable architecture fosters equity and social responsibility by ensuring that buildings and communities are accessible, inclusive, and equitable for all members of society. This involves addressing issues of affordability, accessibility, and social justice, as well as promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion in the design and planning process. 5. Demonstrate leadership and innovation. Sustainable architecture seeks to demonstrate leadership and innovation in the design and construction industry by pushing the boundaries of sustainability and embracing cutting-edge technologies and design strategies. This involves showcasing innovative solutions, setting new standards for environmental performance, and inspiring others to follow suit. By pursuing these goals of sustainable architecture, architects and designers can create buildings and communities that are not only environmentally responsible and resilient but also supportive of human health.
Case studies and examples. 1. Residential sector. Showcase residential buildings that have been designed and constructed with sustainable principles in mind. Example: BED Beddington Zero Energy Development in London, UK, is a mixed-use sustainable community that incorporates renewable energy systems, passive solar design, and sustainable materials to achieve zero carbon emissions and minimize environmental impact. 2. Commercial sector. Highlight commercial buildings that prioritize energy efficiency, resource conservation, and occupant comfort. Example: The Edge in Amsterdam, Netherlands, is considered one of the greenest office buildings in the world, featuring advanced energy-efficient technologies, smart building systems, and a sustainable design that maximizes natural daylighting and indoor air quality. 3. Institutional sector. Feature institutional buildings such as schools, hospitals, and government facilities that demonstrate sustainable design and operations. Example: The Bullitt Center in Seattle, USA, is a 6-story office building that meets the Living Building Challenge, one of the most rigorous sustainability standards. It generates its own renewable energy, collects and treats rainwater for on-site use, and utilizes composting toilets to achieve net zero energy and water usage. 4. Urban design and planning. Explore sustainable urban development projects that prioritize walkability, transit-oriented design, and green infrastructure. Example: Vauban Eco District in Freiburg, Germany, is a sustainable neighborhood that features car-free zones, extensive green spaces, and energy-efficient buildings powered by renewable energy sources. It promotes active transportation, community engagement, and social equity. 5. Mixed-use developments. Highlight mixed-use developments that integrate residential, commercial, and retail spaces with sustainable design features. Example: The Pearl District in Portland, USA, is a vibrant mixed-use neighborhood that incorporates sustainable design principles such as high-density development, green building certification, and access to public transportation, creating a walkable, livable, and environmentally friendly urban environment. 6. Renewable energy installations. Showcase renewable energy installations such as solar photovoltaic arrays, wind turbines, and geothermal systems that contribute to sustainable building operations. Example: The Masdar City Solar Power Plant in Abu Dhabi, UAE, is one of the largest solar photovoltaic installations in the Middle East, providing clean and renewable energy to power the sustainable development of Masdar City, a pioneering eco-city project. 7. Green building certifications. Highlight buildings that have achieved green building certifications such as LEED, Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design, BREEAM, Building Research Establishment Environmental Assessment Method, or WELL Building Standard. Example: One Central Park in Sydney, Australia, is a LEED Platinum certified mixed-use development that features green roofs, vertical gardens, and energy-efficient systems, setting a new standard for sustainable urban living. By providing real-world case studies and examples of sustainable buildings and projects, viewers can gain valuable insights into the diverse applications of sustainable design principles and the tangible benefits of embracing sustainability in architecture and urban planning. These examples serve as inspiration and proof of concept for the potential of sustainable architecture to create a more resilient, equitable, and environmentally friendly building. 5. Conclusion. Summary of key points. 1. Principles. Sustainable architecture is guided by principles such as energy efficiency, resource efficiency, water efficiency, site planning and urban design, indoor environmental quality, and life cycle assessment. 2. Goals. Sustainable architecture aims to reduce environmental impact, enhance resilience and adaptability to climate change, promote health and well-being, foster equity and social responsibility, and demonstrate leadership and innovation. 3. Examples. Real-world examples and case studies showcase sustainable buildings and projects across various sectors, including residential, commercial, institutional, and urban design. 4. Importance. Sustainable architecture plays a crucial role in addressing pressing environmental and social challenges, including climate change, resource depletion, and social inequality. 5. Addressing challenges. By embracing sustainable design principles and practices, architects and designers can contribute to mitigating environmental impact, conserving resources, and promoting social equity. 6. Call to action. Viewers are encouraged to explore sustainable design principles further, integrate sustainability into their architectural practice or lifestyle choices, and advocate for sustainable design solutions in their educational resources. 1. Books. Sustainable Design, A Critical Guide, by David Bergman. Green Building Illustrated, by Francis D.K. Ching and Ian M. Shapiro. The Ecology of Architecture, A Complete Guide to Creating the Environmentally Conscious Building, by Richard Rogers. 2. Articles. The Importance of Sustainable Architecture in the Age of Climate Change, Architectural Digest. 10 Principles of Sustainable Architecture, World Architecture Community. How Sustainable Architecture is Shaping Our Future Cities, The Guardian. 3. Websites. United States Green Building Council, USGBC, usgbc.org. World Green Building Council, WorldGBC, worldgbc.org. Architecture 2030, architecture2030.org. 4. Organizations. International Living Future Institute, ILFI, living-future.org. American Institute of Architects, IA, Committee on the Environment, COTE, ia.org/COTE. Sustainable Cities Institute, sustainablecitiesinstitute.org. 5. Stay informed. Subscribe to newsletters and publications from sustainability-focused organizations and industry publications to stay updated on the latest developments and innovations in sustainable architecture and urban planning. Attend conferences, workshops, and seminars dedicated to sustainability in architecture and urban design. Look for events hosted by professional associations, universities, and sustainability organizations in your area. Join online forums and communities dedicated to sustainability in architecture and urban planning to connect with peers, share knowledge and experiences, and stay informed about emerging trends and best practices. Engage with the broader sustainability community through networking opportunities, collaborative projects, and knowledge-sharing platforms to contribute to the advancement of sustainable architecture and urban development initiatives. In closing, sustainable architecture stands as a beacon of hope and progress in our journey towards a more resilient and environmentally conscious future. By prioritizing sustainability in our architectural endeavors, we have the power to shape a built environment that not only meets the needs of the present but also safeguards the well-being of future generations. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of architectural adventures. Your interest in sustainable architecture is a testament to your commitment to positive change. Together, let us continue to champion sustainable design principles and integrate them into all aspects of architectural practice and urban development. With optimism and determination, let us envision a future where sustainable architecture thrives, and where every building, every community, and every city reflects our shared values of environmental stewardship, social equity, and human well-being. Thank you for watching, and here's to a brighter, more sustainable future with Architectural Adventures.